Well, good Thursday afternoon, y'all. It's Dan. I want to welcome y'all back to my home in the sticks. Lord, I hope everybody is having a beautiful Thursday. It's kind of crappy-ish weather outside. It's got that mist and rain and stuff as usual. But we're inside the shop, and what I wanted to do today is talk to you and y'all, about pressure cooking and some crock pot stuff. So Phil Brown, a subscriber, had asked me to elaborate just a little bit more on pressure cooking. So that's what we're going to do. So give me a second, we're going to jump right into it. All right, let's rock and roll. Now, by no means am I just an expert on pressure cooking or using crock pots or anything like that, but I have used them for quite a while. Well, I've used a crock pot for quite a while. Just recently got into the pressure cooking side of cooking things. But what I intend to do, or what I'm going to try to do in layman terms, is just explain to you my opinion on both of them. So let me show you. This right here is a showing off Crock Pot brand crock pot. It's got a bunch of settings on it. It's got a heating meter on it, you know, start, stop, and over here it's got the times on it. Now, crock pot cooking is a lot different than pressure cooking, and when I say that, I mean to say that crock pot cooking is cooking things slow and low for a long time. Now, I don't know what the actual internal temperature of the crock pot is when it's cooking, but you can cook things for a long period of time using a crock pot, meaning like roast and things like that. You can cook them for 10 hours on a low setting and it'll turn out wonderful. So in my opinion, crock pots are for just cooking things for a long period of time to get it tender, and it works out really good if you have the time. Now, on the other side of the coin is this. This is an Instapot, and the Instapot is a pressure cooker. It utilizes heat and internal steam to actually cook for a short period of time, thus giving you the results of whatever you're cooking to appear, well, taste like it's cooked for a long period of time, and it works quite well. Now, the Instapot, on the other hand, is pretty much the same thing as this guy, because the Instapot can also cook things on a low temperature for long periods of time if you wanted to. You see right here, I don't know if it's coming out, but it's got a slow cook feature. So this guy will do the same thing as this guy will, but this guy won't do the same thing as this one does. So I don't know, I hope that made sense to you. The Instapot will actually pressure cook things, which I have done in the past, and it'll also act as a crock pot. You can set the Instapot to cook at a low temperature for up to 24 hours if you really wanted to, which is a good thing. So the Instapot is kind of like versatile. The Instapot is also a slow cooker and a pressure cooker, whereby this crock pot, all it does is just cook things for long periods of time at maybe a low temperature. Now, what I tell you is I've actually done like red beans and stuff like that in this crock pot, where I soak my beans and I actually cook beans for, I don't know, 12 hours on low the whole day, just let it cook. And it works out really well. Whereby this Instapot, if I was in a rush or something like that and I needed to cook some red beans real fast, I could probably do red beans in this Instapot in, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes on the pressure side and get the same result as if I cooked it in a crock pot. So there's a big, and the thing about it is, I never really, to be honest with you, knew the difference between a crock pot and a pressure cooker, because I just never cooked in a pressure cooker. I've always cooked everything that I wanted to cook in a crock pot. And actually, Phil Brown, that's a good question, you know, as far as elaborating more on pressure cookers, because there's a big difference. And I didn't really know that until here recently. But I really love the Instapot. Really love the Instapot because of what it can do and the amount of time that it could do it in, and the end result is really good. So nothing wrong with a crock pot. I have two. I have a big one and a small one. So, and I use them both, but I also have this Instapot. And I'm here to tell you this Instapot is bad, but now it does a lot of stuff. And what I'm not gonna do is elaborate on the Instapot because there is a trillion videos on the Instapot. I'm just gonna elaborate on what I've done with it. And what it will do is it'll actually, you can saute stuff in it, you can brown stuff in it, you can pressure cook stuff in it, and you can also slow cook stuff in it. Phil Brown, this is actually just a short video, and in layman terms, because this little southern boy don't know the technical stuff, I just know what they do, and I like cooking in them. Ain't nothing wrong with either one of them. I, on the other hand, at one point in time, felt safer cooking in a crock pot because I did not know anything about pressure cooking. You got to be real careful when you pressure cook because it's under pressure. And on a crock pot, you set it, put your stuff in there, set it, and then you come back in 10 to 12 hours. I like both. If I had my choice, which one would I use? I don't know, I'd have to flip a quarter because I like both of them. So anyways, y'all, short video on just my thoughts on the crock pot versus the pressure cooker. And I wanted to share it with you and y'all. And Mr. Phil Brown, I wanted to give you just my opinion on the Instapot. And I also drug in the crock pot, what it could do. So y'all, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. The thumbs up really helped me. If you haven't subscribed to the Home in the Six channel, now y'all don't come over here and give me a look now because I'm always doing something, like really always doing something. And with that being said, you know I'm gonna say it, I'm always gonna say it. Don't let nobody dull your shine. And I mean nobody. Your shine's important. And we'll see you and y'all in the next video.